This video is about how to replace your ice maker in an older model GE refrigerator. First, the tools you need are pretty simple. One is a number 1 Phillips head screwdriver. A normal screwdriver is a number 2, so this is called a number 1. It's a little bit smaller. The next thing you'll need is a long handled screwdriver. You're going to need that and the ice maker itself. I'll have links in the description below if you need any of those tools or want to look and see where I got the ice maker. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see what went wrong. What could possibly go wrong? So today we're replacing the ice maker in this refrigerator, and as you can see, it's pretty much identical to the old one. This is the new one, this is the old one. The only difference is this one has this rounded cap, and this other one is rectangle shape. That's all the only difference I see. The old one, I pulled out the internals to take a look at it because I wanted to see if maybe that gear was stripped. What I think is that motor is not, something's wrong. It's not strong enough to get the ice out. When I removed it, there was ice in it, and it was making this noise, like almost like a click, click, click noise. And it wasn't ejecting the ice. So I don't think it's the valve. The valve, it wouldn't be getting any water. I've had to change a valve in my refrigerator at the other house a couple times. And last year I was at my sister's and I ended up replacing the ice maker on hers, and that was the problem. So sometimes it's the valve, sometimes it's the ice maker. So I just want to also show you that when you take this cord off, all you have to do is get a screwdriver and push out on both ends of this and pull it out. But you got to get like a long screwdriver to be able to get up under there and pry it and try to wiggle it out. So you can use one hand to try to pry it and the other hand to kind of wiggle, and you can pop that out. There's not a lot going on to this. You can see there's 2 screws and that's all. But there's this water. This is where the water comes out. It just falls into that little bucket. I'll show you the bucket in a minute. Then you got these screws. Let me take these out, one out, and we'll look at it. Here, this is better. You can see it's a little Phillips head. So that's what you need to get this thing out. This little bucket on the end, this is where the water comes in. The tube goes right up there. And the way to get this thing off, to reuse it with the new one, is you just push in here and then pull it up. Push in, pull up, and I'll be doing that off camera. So now all I'm going to do is just hang it on those 2 screws, tighten them up, and plug it back in. One thing to note is, see, I couldn't get the ice bucket underneath, so I had to push up on it some and then tighten it. So now it's a little gap, where before it wouldn't go under there. Look, can't see. So I'm going to turn it on, and we'll check it in a few minutes, see if we got any ice. There is some ice, so the ice maker is working. Not a lot of ice, but we'll check back tomorrow and see. But when I came in earlier today, there was some ice stuck back there. And there was only like a couple servings of ice. But I pulled that ice down, and now it's filling up nicely in a couple hours later. So I think the ice maker's fixed. Yay! Well, I was curious, so I took off the motor, and the sprocket, the gear looks good. So I don't think there was a problem with the gear, and the other gear looks fine as well. Now, if you're wondering how you can take this cover off while it's still in the freezer, there's just this one screw. Right here's the Phillips head, kind of a regular size Phillips head. It's covered with this little cover here that you just get a little screwdriver right up there and pop it up, and then take that screw out. And then on the bottom there's this little clip, so you just pull the top towards you this way and it would pop right off. Not much can go wrong when you're replacing your ice maker, right? Well, one of the things that can go wrong, the first is not having the correct size screwdriver. You try to get in there, and if it doesn't fit, you can't take the screws out. You can't get the ice maker out. So that's the first thing to go wrong. Also, if you don't have a long handle screwdriver, how are you going to get that cord unplugged? You can't. So you need the tools, and you have to have, of course, the right ice maker. So you have those three things, you're ready to go. So the second thing is having a problem getting that electrical connector disconnected. That's why you need that long handle screwdriver. The third thing is it's still not working when you finish. So what could have happened? Well, maybe it wasn't the ice maker to start with. Maybe it was that switch in the back, the solenoid or the water valve. That switch wasn't pushing water to the ice maker. The fourth thing is you install it too low and you can't get the ice bucket back in. That's what I did first time. I tried to get the ice bucket back in. I kept bang, bang. I guess I have to loosen those screws, push up the ice maker a little bit, retighten them. That's what I did. Okay. The next item that can go wrong is not pushing the ice bucket back far enough. So the next day I came in, there wasn't enough ice. And the ice, it's just like 2 rounds of ice, and then one of the rounds was stuck at the top because I hadn't pushed the bucket all the way back in. So then I pushed the bucket back in, came back the next day, I had ice. So that's really the only things I could come up with. But please comment below if you've had problems installing an ice maker, and let us know what other problems you could face that I didn't mention. And of course, if you need any of the tools mentioned in the project, I'll have some affiliate links below in the video description. Until next time. If you found the information in this video useful, please like and subscribe and ring that bell so you'll be notified of any future video releases.